What's up, my people? Happy holidays to those. Much love. Shoot, man, I've been doing a little bit of watching some YouTube today. Um, Went on there. I seen I think his name Golden Constrictors. Nah, man, it was some old videos, but I ain't really been much on YouTube lately. But I was checking some videos out today, and seeing he had some what you call that, had some clutches laid and all that, and that was pretty dope. Know what I mean, I've been watching him for a while. Know what I mean, he had mentioned in there that what's his name? He had got like I think two snakes from JT from Sophisticated Serpents. Like I said, I ain't really been on YouTube that much and stuff. Like if I catch a pop up come on, know what I mean, I'll try to stop in there and show a little bit of love. Know what I mean, I see my boy Keys doing this thing, Keys Constrictors. You know, my animal house still the goat. Nah, man. But yeah, you definitely it don't feel the same without having the snakes and the reptiles and stuff like that around. I definitely miss those right there. I mean, hopefully this year I could get back into it. I was talking to Stanton from Morbid. Nah, I mean, we gonna do something to do some trades and all that. Nah, I mean, to get back into it and stuff. Man, I definitely you know miss having the reptiles. They've been a part of my life since I was a kid, and not having none with me and joint is definitely feel different. But I hope everybody had a decent New Year's and holidays and stuff like that. We just got a nice amount of snow out here. Know what I mean, it's supposed to snow, all day today. And tomorrow they're talking about New Jersey getting hit with like 12 inches. Know what I mean, which is not a bad thing for those that got snow contracts and stuff like that. So, nah, man, I definitely be outside playing in some snow tomorrow and stuff like that. But again, man, I hope everybody had a decent holiday and got to see their loved ones. I got to spend time with my brother. I ain't seen my brother in a couple years, so I went down there. My uncle had his 60th birthday, and we got to kick it and hang out. And that joint definitely was a blast and joint, man. It's definitely always good to see family, especially when you ain't been around them in a nice little while. And that was a good experience. I mean, to be there with my uncle for his 60th birthday. Went to a restaurant that if the party wasn't there, I don't think I wouldn't experience that. Nah, I mean, it was definitely a nice restaurant. Nah, man, it definitely was a decent restaurant. I seen bro in here earlier said, yo, man, I don't. Just said my with the internet just went off. I don't know. I got it on the other screen, and I seen that it's back on now. And joint. Like I don't know, like with this with the weather and the snow being up here in these mountains and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The internet service that I got now is definitely pretty decent. But yeah, I just finished working on my third book, and it was pretty much inspired by I was sitting there watching I was watching some movie, and just from that movie, just had a nice little thought come to mind, and I started writing and pretty much finished it all. So I'm gonna work on getting that one out. Like first one, first book I wrote, The Thoughts of a Madman. It was I ain't planning for it, to really get published because it really wasn't. Know what I mean, me. It wasn't something that I didn't sit down and say, yo, I'm about to write a book. It was just me going through whatever I was going through at that moment. I just started writing everything down, and just start sharing those with people, and that wound up getting published. And then last year, nah, man, going through, the little things I was going through, I just started writing everything down again. And I wound up getting introduced to a publishing company. Through my through a club I used to work at, in Allentown. They was doing like some type of poetry reading and stuff like that. So I wound up reaching out to the people that was hosting the the poetry reading. So I wound up contacting them, and I had just finished this book that I was working on for somebody. So I wound up sending it to them, and when they read it, the feedback that they gave me off of that book was like, it was definitely, a decent. It was definitely good feedback. Like they actually said, like, my writing skills compared, like, reminded them of Biggie Smalls. And the editor, she was like that. As soon as she started reading the book, she just started getting movie vibes from it and stuff like that. So now with them in mind, I wound up putting together something else, just collective thoughts throughout the throughout the year or whatever. Wound up jotting it down and sending it over to them, and they read it. We wound up getting it in store, wound up getting it published in last Christmas, and Barnes and Nobles did the first book signing and stuff for me, which was, again, like, it was a, to people around me, it was more bigger to them than I actually thought it was. And I guess, like, that was just me, just playing humble, being humble about the whole situation and stuff like that. But to them, to have a store, have a book in probably one of the major bookstores that's all around the world and stuff like that, it was definitely a good feeling. I remember, just getting on the phone and just calling a bunch of different stores, just to see if they had a copy of it. And I wound up calling the lady, and when I called the lady and asking her about the book, so I'm talking to the lady, and she telling me about the book and telling me about the author and stuff, like the author of the book. So when she was done talking, I told her it was me, and it was my book. And like, she was real excited, and sent the emails over and sent me the emails with the dates and stuff like that. So, like, that definitely was a crazy good feeling right there within itself. Then like I said, I was just, that drink just come to me out of nowhere sometimes, man. Just, I'm a real heavy thinker, nah, man. And most of the thoughts come at nighttime when most people asleep. So when the thoughts come, and they be real strong, and I just feel as though I gotta put it down. So I go ahead and write it down, and then sometimes it just, it's hard to stop. Writing, because I don't want to lose that thought. So it just keep going till I can't go no more. And it been many times where I done wrote something in the past, and me writing something, and I sit it down and I go back and reread what I wrote. I definitely be like super impressed with that myself. Like, I couldn't even believe that, them words right there I wrote, and it ain't, downplaying myself. But again, I never was a person, I still ain't, like, really big on, you know, talking and stuff like that. Being on YouTube, going live, and making videos. Like, the first videos I did, was I was real shy and nervous and stuff like that. But the feedback, and the the old videos that I used to drop, is it's pretty much what kept me going, and just sharing my story with those that was watching it and stuff, and getting the feedback was real cool. Like, I still talk to the one AJ Genetics. I just talked to him a couple days ago, and we've been following each other from YouTube. for quite some time and stuff now. For probably going on like 5 years now. We met off YouTube, man. I was watching his channel, and he did a lot of live streams, and then he watching my channel, and then he wound up getting big in the breeding the ball pythons and stuff like that. And like I said, we just been connected and talking, and I call. We be on the phone for probably a good hour or so, just going over the everyday life things and stuff like that. Um, it says one person in the chat, man. Whoever in here, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And again, man, just working on getting my reptiles back and just coming out with some new skits for y'all. I mean, some new skits. I mean, little short films and stuff like that's what I'm into, man. And keep it based around my animals and my snakes and stuff like that. I mean, but just add more more content. Um, so we've been doing the truck thing. We had a guy on the road. It was yesterday, and we do the 26-foot box trucks, and I wound up going on the load board and finding a decent load. Know what I mean? That wasn't too far. Know what I mean? And we ran for this company before. Know what I mean? Picking up U boxes, and so he booked the load. Did the E-rate thing, sent them over the tracking, so he headed out to go pick up the load or whatsoever. And then once he got there, the box was actually bigger than the ones that we once took. So, he called me and said that the box wasn't gonna fit. So I'm like, we just ran some U boxes or whatever. So he sent me the pictures, and he wound up talking to the guy, and the guy was like, yeah, I guess they brought out another company, and the size boxes that they use are bigger than the ones that we took a couple months ago. And so he was like that it was more made for a tractor trailer. How the doors set up a little bit higher, but you know and I was talking to the driver like uh 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 a broker, they'll see that joint, and they know that a load that a person on a box truck will take be they pay a box truck less money than they actually pay a person driving the tractor trailer. Nah, man. So you wind up losing pretty much a whole day. Taking a load that wasn't able to fit on the truck and stuff like that. Nah, man. So we gotta go ahead and get that situation taken care of. And then like I never, like with me doing the whole trucking thing, I never used a dispatch company and stuff. Like it was me. Nah, I mean driving, and then my girl, she pretty much doing the dispatch. And once we get a load, know what I mean? And I'm pretty much, just try to stay in areas that I know I wouldn't have no problem with getting loads coming out of and stuff like that. So, we get the load. Once we get there to drop the load off, um, she already finding the next load. So once she find that next load, like we heading out. So I think we took our first load was probably like June 27th or something like that, somewhere around there, and came back. Then we took our next load like the day before New Year's. And what's going on? Say Zeke Mike, what's going on? Appreciate you. Oh, what's up, man? What up, bro? And we took the load right the day before let me see if the internet changed next. Now I want to start acting up. It was doing good the whole time. Now Romeosville, Illinois, and it was crazy because like Illinois and Indiana is pretty much like borderline from each other. So, while we driving into Illinois, the time zone is different. So, we wind up the load had to be there at like 3 o'clock. So we drove there, and got there like an hour early, and it was like you know about 30 trucks lined up waiting to get in and get signed in and get docked and stuff. And then we pull up when we finally tell what gate what dock to pull up. I wound up pulling up to the dock. I get to the dock. Um, the guy that was unloading the truck was like, "Yeah, say it's a small truck." We wound up having I think like 9,800 pounds of chocolate of candy. I think it was the caramel candy with the white center on the back of the truck. And so we pulled up to the dock. The guy was like, it's probably take about 15 minutes, to unload the truck. But he was like, it's gonna take 15 minutes, but it's shift change. So, he unloaded the truck, was done, fast. So now we sitting there waiting for shift change. So once they unload the truck, now they got to count all the pieces that come off the pallets and stuff like that, and break it down and do all the other crazy stuff. So at the docks, they got like the red light and the green light. So when it's red, don't like they still working on the truck. So it turned green. So I wound up calling in the inside, like what's going on. Like now we've been set. It was 3 o'clock our appointment. So now it was probably going on to almost like 7 o'clock. So I'm like, what's going on? So the lady at the desk, now mind you, like, this is my first time, like, like we only been on the road not even 2 weeks yet. So the lady said, did you pay the lumper fee? So I'm like, a lumper, like, what's the lumper fee? Like I said, for a box truck. She was like, yeah, well, you can't get your BOL, you can't get the BOL, which is the paperwork that, when you go to the person to pick up the load, they give you something called a BOL, and the BOL is, telling you how much, what's on the truck and everything like that. So, you know, she, so when you go to the stop to get unloaded, you get them the BOL, and then once everything is done, the truck is unloaded, they give you the BOL back, and then you take the BOL and you submit it to the company, which is pretty much an invoice to the company saying that it was delivered. So when I call a lady, she like, yeah, that you pay the lumper fee. So I'm like, the lumper. So I go in there. So now the lumper fee was like, I think like $125, and then they charged me like, I think, and part of it was being charged because they said that the wood on the back of the truck, know what I mean, was messed up or whatever. So we wound up paying a lumper fee from the load, and so like I had to use some, like they send a link to your phone, so I paid that, and like the link was off Google. So like I got a business debit card for the trucking that that's used for the trucking. So once we pay it, uh with all these different transactions and stuff, because all the different transactions, from one day we was in Maryland, the next day we back in Pennsylvania. um we stopped in Ohio and Indiana and stuff like that. And so they froze the card for like it was like a dollar transaction. So they froze the card, so I had to wait the next morning and stuff. And like we didn't know the card was frozen until we wound up going to a Buffalo Wild Wing. And like I seen Buffalo Wild Wings a lot, but there is no Wild Wings around where I live at. So me and my girl, like us going out, we every state we go to, we try to piece and stuff like that. So we go to the Buffalo Wild Wings, and the card is like, it's declined. Now the money there, checking on the thing, the money, everything there, but they declined the card. So I called the bank the next morning, and they told me everything. So that wound up being fixed and stuff like that. And Yeah, but that lumper fee thing was crazy. That was my first time experiencing that, and I didn't even really like the whole setup. Nah, man, of us being there so long and stuff. Like when I talk to my girl now, like the best, like we went we I think we went to go pick up. I'm gonna say I think like 10 pallets, 10 or 8 pallets of fans. Like it was a bunch of fans, and when the girl went to go load the truck up, she went was on the forklift first, and like she on the forklift and the truck started rocking, so she was like, nah, man, she felt comfortable, more comfortable using a hand truck, a hand a pallet jack. So Todd, what's up, man? Hey, Todd, man, if you can drop your email in this drink for me, and when I get done with this right here, I'm gonna email you back and email you my number. Know what I mean, so what's going on though, man? I seen you in live a couple times, man. I tried to catch you every time I go into the live. I see it was ended and stuff. Yeah, I'm sitting here talking about my trucking journey. So yeah, we wind up doing that right there, and she was low in the truck, and man, like she switched to the hand jack, and man, like she unloaded that truck, man, like or loaded the truck in like 30 minutes, man. Like she was like super fast, man. Like she ain't waste no time. Like she ain't do none of that, know what I mean? Which was, I think, probably the quickest loading that we had. So we started driving the truck in late June. So pretty much the whole August, man, we was like from from like the Midwest, and I think we in the New England area, we made it as far as New Hampshire, and we wound up staying at a hotel called 99 that was like right connected to the hotel. We went to 99 and eat, man, and like that was probably like New Hampshire probably had like the best pizza. They had some mozzarella sticks that was like called like Half Moon or something like that. And but in the box trucks, and those trucks, like it's me personally, it's not pretty too much ideal for doing over the road. But with getting your authority and stuff like that, you got to pretty much work until you get it active and stuff, and watching the different. I mean, you got to pretty much get the maturity under your MC number and stuff like that. So I wound up waiting for a company called RXO. Know what I mean? To was emailing them, and then they wind up getting back to me, a little bit later. Know what I mean? But with those right there doing like final mile deliveries, the final mile deliveries is like when you go on the like onto Amazon, and you do an order. The order that you do, a tractor trailer will bring it to the facility, and then the facility will have cargo vans, sprinter vans, box trucks, or whatever that actually do the deliveries and stuff like that. So with me driving the truck myself, I didn't really need workers comp and stuff like that. But now I'm going into like I wound up doing the onboarding with JB Hunt and and RX. So I wound up doing the onboarding with them, and then with them, like the insurance got to be a certain way, and I had to get workers comp and stuff like that. So I wound up going through the whole process of going through that. So the guy from RXO, like, yo, while you waiting for everything to go through, I got a guy who you can drive on, his authority and stuff like that, and just to make money while you waiting and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Know what I mean? Like, I'll do that right there. So you wind up talking to the guy, and the guy that who authority. Now he had 22 trucks under his authority. driving with RXO, and the route the route that I was getting with them was 800 a day, and you probably do between like 11 to like 13 stops. Know what I mean, it can be less, and like they pretty much all local and stuff like that. Everything routed out. So we wound up running with him for like 3 weeks, and so like I messaged him, cause I got my own company, but I'm driving under his company. So y'all messaged him, the day before, to make sure that everything was cool with the payment and stuff like that. And so he like, I'm waiting for the verification, everything get verified. So the first week, sent me the money and joint. So the following week, I messaged him uh Wednesday, I believe it was Wednesday. I messaged him. So I'm like, everything good, everything verified. He said he'd get with me in the morning. So Thursday morning come, I message him. So I'm like, what's going on, like, send the money here or whatever. So he texted me back and said, RXO dropped my contract. So I'm like, all right, that's cool, but like, what's up with the money? So he like they not paying me. So again, I'm like, all right, you know, that's cool with you, but like, what's up with me? So he wound up like his, I guess, whatever insurance that he had, his insurance wasn't right, and so they wound up dropping his contract, and then he had like a bunch of insurance claims on his company that they held all the money up. Now again, mind you, I say he had 22 trucks. So with 22 trucks, he roughly was bringing in about like 16 to 17 thousand dollars a day. Like the company generating about 17,000. Nah, I mean a day. So 17,000 a day, and you take it to where you generating that within a month. So generating a decent amount, of money. So he like, yeah. So I'm like, I wound up reaching out to the person that I was dealing with the company, and he told me like everything that was going on, and he had so many insurance claims and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm driving, and I got a helper that's driving with me that I got to get paid, and then another driver that's driving and stuff like that. So I wound up having to contact the labor industry and stuff like that. And like now we still waiting for that, because supposedly that the guy wound up going out of business, and like we based out of Pennsylvania, but his company was started out of Delaware and things like that. So we still waiting for this whole process, and I filed the paperwork. So like they gotta approve it first to even see if you qualify for their help. Then once they see you qualify, you send them over your documents, saying that you worked, and then once you go from there, then they send the company a letter, give the company about 30 days to respond, and then if they don't respond within 30 days, then they, I guess, subpoena and do the court actions. Now that was the second time that I had used them. The first time I used them when I was working at Domino's, and mind you, like I lived right around the corner from the store, and like I wound up leaving Domino's, which again was a second job, was a little part-time job for me. And with Domino's, the person that owned the store had actually owned like seven other stores, and I get my first check from Domino's. Know what I mean, like that was my second job, but I was working. when I got my first 2 weeks check from Domino's, that joint said like 99 hours. So I was putting in crazy hours at Domino's and stuff like that. So I go to the bank, nah I mean. So I go to like the Walmart, nah I mean, out here to to cash the check. So Walmart like, yo, we don't deal with they checks and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right. So I see on there the bank that they the account is open through. So I wound up just going open up a bank account at that branch. So the lady like, yeah, I can't deposit this check. It's insufficient funds. So I'm like, oh, like, what you mean it's insufficient funds? So I wound up calling the store, and the guy from the store like, yeah, like you could bring the check to the store, and I cash it for you. But somebody from one of the other stores just called with the same problem. So another one of the drivers at Domino's actually wound up deposited the check into his account, and then the check wound up bouncing. So I'm like, yo, man, what the like? Again, like, they first reaction, like, yeah, all right, yo, just you get paid on Fridays, whatever day it was. Like, just wait till Monday. Like, nah, like I ain't trying to wait no Monday. I don't want to wait none of that. Like, I'm working for freaking big franchise. Like, you ain't even think that. Nah, I mean, they gonna be writing checks and the checks bouncing and drink. So I'm like, when I gotta be to work at 4 o'clock, I'm here at 4 o'clock. I clock in, I work, I do whatever I gotta do till my shift is over. So like y'all don't wait for my services, so my service has already been completed. So why do I gotta sit here and wait? Nah, I mean, because y'all got going on whatever y'all got going on, and I did that joint for probably like another 2 3 weeks, and I'm like, no, I ain't gonna even deal with the headache, because again, mind you, I was at that time. That's when I was working with the traffic control service and stuff. So, I already had a full-time gig. I just was doing, making side extra money and stuff like that. And then, once that was done, you know, I missed it, that that extra check coming in. So then that's when I decided to start cutting grass. And then with the cutting grass, I wound up making a Facebook post, and off that Facebook post, I got my first work order, and that house was being sold on Remax or whatever. And then she liked what we did to that property, so she wound up hiring us to come work on her property. And like I started doing that probably like right before grass season was over, like in September of 2018, I believe it was. So when 2019 come around, you know, I'm pretty much more ready for the grass season. So now, like, I do like do a little website. I go on Thumbtack. So now, like, I'm pulling up to the job sites in my work truck. And when I get to the job sites, my phone is being paged, because I got so many people, what I mean, that's trying to put in appointments, and get us to come to look at the properties and stuff like that. And so like that right there wound up becoming so demanding that I wound up getting another truck, and then just having the guys that was around me go out and just make the work, complete the work. Know what I mean? While I'm at my day job, but that right there ain't work out too well. Know what I mean? One, everybody say that they want to make money, but when it's time to go and make money, everything else happens, and like they not showing up to the jobs on time, and whatsoever. So in 2019, I wound up running into a guy that I went to school with, and we started talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I got a landscaping service out here in New Jersey, and this is the company that you know I deal with, and so he gave me the number. So it was a 19 still. So I tried to was it 19? I went and applied for him, and you got to do a background check because now with this company you dealing with bank owned properties and stuff like that. So these is the property that the banks own. So you got to do an on-board and background check and all that. So you had to be, I believe, like 10 years shy of a criminal offense, a felony and stuff like that. So the first year, like I didn't pass the on board and stuff like that. I was at 9 years. Know what I mean, of, of the last felony or whatever. So now we going into I think 2020 or whatever, something like that, and I wound up, like the pandemic thing wound up. It's 2020 pandemic thing wound up, hitting. So once that hit, I started working with the traffic control service. Now I'm doing like a subcontractor with the gas company. So now I'm doing that. We get to the work, and we do the digging of the gas lines, replacing the old metal pipes with the plastic and stuff like that. So, once you dig the holes, you gotta refill the dirt up and stuff like that. So all the quarries and stuff like that they got the rocks and stuff from, saying that they was shutting down. So the company say, this, like everybody, you gotta go home and apply for what you call that, unemployment. So I never had unemployment before, so this is my first time getting doing the unemployment thing. So we go do that. But as soon as we got off work, I went home, grabbed some of my landscaping business cards, went out, just started handing out business cards, and within that same time, like I wound up getting some work. So yeah, that was 20, and so I started doing the landscaping, and again, like it was like like especially right when like when the grass season hits, like I kid you not, I probably go through about and this good for me. I'm just a one person team, and whoever else that I may have happening helping at the time. But you getting about you know 20 calls a day. Nah, I mean 20 calls a day. I got a property here. Could you go look at this property? And I don't live in town and stuff. So like, the property and some of the properties of the people houses that you go to. Like I'm 6'2", and like the grass ain't been hit in years, so the grass is freaking taller than I am. And it's like you go to this joint, and and you see it again, like a grass with grass that high. Nah, I mean, like you're not putting no mower on it right away. So you pretty much got to do the weed whacking or whatsoever. That's how I do it. Like when the grass is super high, come to a certain point. Nah, I mean, I just take my time, and me and whoever else with me, we weed whack it up. We get it manageable, and then we go over it, with the mower. So again, it's a I mean, it takes a little bit of time. So for the most part, you go look at the situation, send the pictures and stuff like that, and you go back, send them the invoice, and like now it's been good where you send them the price or whatever, and people wasn't complaining about it and stuff like this. What got me staying away from doing like residential properties, because like I know that the price that I'm going to give you is a reasonable price. One, because I don't have a crazy overhead, and I don't have a crazy overhead. I don't have a bunch of bills and everything that got to be paid. Like everything that I have, I own. I own it, so I don't have no rental expenses. So again, I don't have to charge a crazy amount. But again, like the first thing that come out their mouth, well, the guy that came here to cut my grass before you came, They only charged me, well, if that's what he charged you while he's still not here cutting your grass, why you call me for to come and cut your grass? I don't care what you was paying this person, you whatever you was paying this person. Nah, I mean, obviously something went left and wasn't right no more. So if that's how you call this person back, and I ain't gonna even waste my time with the bank old properties with the company. All of the prices and everything is negotiated. Like there is no, it's a set price. So you know, when the property is a little bit more bigger than usual, again, it's a set price for that. And you know, you go out and knock out all them properties, make sure all your pictures and your documents and everything is done. Once you complete the property, you submit your orders. Know what I mean? And that following week, you wake up, the money in your bank. There ain't no negotiating, ain't no, you know, dealing with nobody. You know what I mean? You just get paid and stuff like that. So that was probably one of the best things with that right there. Like the first year, you know, us going into the LLC with the landscaping, we probably did 500, like 500, and I want to say like almost 80 properties the first year of cutting grass and stuff like that. And you know, we was covering pretty much from my part of Pennsylvania where I'm at to, you know, the beginning parts of Maryland to you know, other parts of PA and stuff like that. And again, man, you know, it was it was definitely trying to find my lighter. It was definitely it was definitely you know, a good experience. And then we wound up going with another company that did the same thing. Now with this company, they actually paid, you know, a lot, like lot better, like a lot better. Um, with the house clean out, you do house clean outs, winterizations, installing smoke detectors, carbon dioxide, and stuff like that. Like so, like the workload became, you know, real more. But the only thing with that right there, they had something called a net 45. So the net 45 is net. It's a net 45 or a net 30. I think it's a net 30. So for those that is not familiar with a net 30, so what the net 30 is that you do the work and they only do invoices every month on a certain date. So you won't get paid until 30 days after you sign the invoice. So you go ahead and you knock out all the properties and stuff like that. And again, like the pay is way better than, nah, man, it's a lot better, it's way more. And you do the net 30, submit the invoice. Then once the invoice submitted, you know, you go ahead and wait your 30 days. So now, like, all right. So I think the first time, you know, the check came, everything was cool because they don't do direct deposit in the joint. Like that's one thing I ain't like. I mean, I like direct deposit. I don't want to deal with the checks. I want, you know, go right to the account. So when they first sent me the one check, like, you know, I went to try to deposit and get some money from it, but you know the size of the check it was, and then like the bank that I was dealing with in this area, like all, in the area I'm in, like all the banks is like you're not gonna find it nowhere else. It's a small town, so you know it's small town banks and joints. So they wound up depositing it. Then like the following month, I got another joint. So now it's coming like December, and you know, we go ahead and we do that joint. Like I'm waiting for this check. I mean, we signed the joint now. It's like it's past 30, 45 days in joint. So, you know, I'm contacting everybody like, oh, you know, what's going on? Like, you know, like y'all want this work to get done, but you know, driving in the car and gassing up the equipment ain't none of that stuff right there free. Like it's you gotta pay to do that type of stuff. So, you know, that wound up messing me up. Then I wound up getting the phone. I wound up checking my email and seeing that somebody in the area was like was I capable of handling? I think it was 27 acres of military base and joint. And so again, like me talking to the guy, and again from the understanding that I had from the guy, like once the invoice and everything is submitted and stuff like that, because you take the pictures, the before and after and during and stuff like that, that we get paid, right, we ain't had to wait. Come to find out, it's another net 30 and joint. And I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, the military base, like, the first time they did the walkthrough, we go to the military base and, like it's an actual military base. Like one of the presidents, I think they said, like Bush or somebody wound up flying into the military base and everything before. Like, so it was a real cool experience, man. And it was like, man, like the fighter jets and everything was there. And, but again, you gotta wait X amount of time, the to get the money and stuff like that. So again, like they pay more, but the wait for it is a whole lot longer and stuff. So, but again, man, like that was the Sea of Serpents. What's up, man? What's going on? Appreciate you for coming by. I'm just sitting here running my mouth, man, just talking about my landscaping and truck driving experience. Nah, man, get back into my to my reptiles hopefully this year, man. It don't feel right not having the snakes and stuff in the house, man. So, but how you doing and how your New Year's going so far? But yeah, just sitting here running my mouth, man, talking about that. But so right now we got hit with some snow, and I think I got like 18 properties from the the company that I do the grass for that I gotta maintain. So go ahead and I just gotta hit the sidewalks and by they bank owned properties, they got the lock boxes and stuff like that on the doors. So they do inspections and they show the homes and stuff like that out. So they want to make sure that the sidewalk is clean, the driveway is cleaned out, and it says off to a horrible start. Why you say that? Um, and so be cleaning lockbox off, salt it. So when somebody do come to the house, I mean they have easy access to get to everything that they need and stuff like that. So yeah, like I was on YouTube earlier and I actually seen I was looking at different channels and I seen people like they was old videos of them laying clutches and stuff like that. I definitely want to get back into my retics and stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna focus on some ball pythons and stuff for now. Like I said, I was talking to Stanton from Morbid's from the Morbid channel, and he got some stuff over there. We gonna make a trade out because I still got all my big enclosures and stuff, and they just taking up a bunch of space in the living room, and so. But yeah, we gonna do some trades and so I could get back into it, man. I miss the feedings and the cleaning them out and pairing up and stuff like that. The last clutch that we had was I think it was last year. I got the phone call that they had laid some eggs, and like I wasn't even expecting it. So I wound up going putting the incubator together real quick, and like the first year, I was like expecting to have the clutch legs, so I had everything set up. Took an old freezer. Nah, man. Again, that's why I love YouTube so much because of you can learn so much on there. My wife has been battling cancer since 2001. Was just told we are on our last. So the last treatment for like everything to be good, or just the last treatment period. But I hope all is well. With you and the family and the wife, and And I hope all work out. That's definitely something tough, man. You know, like right now, we went down there the day before New Year's Eve to go visit my grandmother, and again, anybody that know me or been around in the channel, like my grandmother has been, you know, my biggest supporter in life and everything that I did. You know, when it came to okay, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Like, you know, that's definitely tough, man. Definitely, and that's definitely like I say, you know, with my grandmother right now, she again was like whatever everything that I ever did in life, you know, like she was there to support it and like, you know, now like she going through like how like beginning stages of dementia or whatever, like, you know, she forget and like, you know, she'll lose her cell phone and stuff like that. Like they wound up taking her car from her and stuff, and you know, she had called me and like she had called me and you know, we had talking, like, you know, it's like the same conversation that we have, and it's like, I'm not joining this like real tough, you know, to deal with. You know what I mean? Like knowing how she was there for me growing up, and you know, through everything that I was going through, and then you know we had a house fire back in October of last year, so you know like that joint, you know, set a lot of things back. 24 weeks of chemo, 20 rounds of radiation, now chemo again. Yeah, that joint definitely yeah, that joint definitely definitely serious and joint. Like my aunt, she actually just she had some type of stage of cancer. She finished it up, and then one of my grandmother's sisters had throat cancer. You know what I mean, last year, and you know, she passed away from that joint. So you know, again, I wish you the best in your family. You know what I mean, I hope all work out for you. I mean, again, it's, you know, much love and much respect, and you know, and all positive thoughts, man. You know, for you and the family, man. It's definitely tough, man. Like, you know, and like I always try to tell, like, you know, I got younger brothers and sisters, man, and you know, throughout the course of these years, you know, we lost a lot of family members, and you know, ain't nothing ever promised to you. Know what I mean? You know, it's things that go on in the world. Know what I mean? Or things that you go through as a family, and again, man, it's no reason to hold a grudge. Know what I mean? Or not to speak to someone, like, you know what I mean, you know, especially as close as a family member, because again, man, you know, you wake up, you wake up one day, and that person that you loved is you know no longer, you know, here with us, and they actually going through something that's, you know what I mean, and that's real tough and stuff, man. So again, like, you know, I wish you the best, you know, your family, and I hope and pray it all work out well, and you know, again, man, just, you know, stay strong and just be that support and rock. I mean, that's needed, and I appreciate that. Yeah, man, yeah, that's, I mean, it's definitely different, man. Like, you know, I'm a grandfather now, and you know, just you know, my granddaughter, you know, wanting to be, you know, to her what my grandparents was for me. Like, you know, my grandfather, you know, he had caught meningitis back in 2000 and I believe 7. He caught meningitis, and it wasn't caught in time, and it wound up going to his brain where he wound up, you know, like having like a stroke or whatever, and then like pretty much went brain dead, and like he like his heart stopped or something, and for like a extra period of time where his brain didn't get the oxygen and stuff like that. And it was hard for my grandmother. You know, she was at the nursing home because at this time they was married for about 35 years. So enjoy your life today. Yesterday is gone, and tomorrow is never promised. Indeed, man. Like that's, I believe that's something. I wrote something like that in the last book that I just had published and stuff like that. I mean, like it definitely ain't. it definitely ain't promised, man. Again, you could walk outside and something just happened and stuff. Like it don't even have to be a type of illness or nothing, man, or just looking on TV and seeing that everything that's going on around the world and stuff like today. I was just on my news feed and I just seen that they had like another school shooting and stuff like that. So, with kids, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. With kids going to school, you go to school like I know in high school was probably like high school was probably some of the best times that I had in life, and you go to school, you'll never think, know what I mean, about somebody coming there and just shooting up the whole school. And I just seen that they had something like that just a couple days ago that happened and stuff. So again, man, you live and enjoy life, while you can, and you just give out, what you want to give back. And again, if you have a hard time doing that, you just pretty much just stick to yourself and just isolate yourself from everyone and just enjoy what you love doing. And but again, man, I hate to hear things like that, but you know, just everything has a plan, and everything happens for a reason, and it's just up to us to to understand why it's happening, and just to work our way through it. And like I said, I, I I lost my house. We lost the house. Like everything burnt up in the crib in the house. Um, I was going into to Subway. As I'm walking in Subway, the guy walking out, but he don't know that somebody's still in the truck. So the guy runs into the back of my truck and just keep off and keep going and stuff like that. And again, not knowing that you in the parking lot full of cameras and stuff. And again, like it's like things happen to people that that we that you could deal with. Know what I mean? Like, so that's how I look at things, man. And it just continue to make you stronger when you keep striving and not giving up. It's easier to say than it is done. I have my moments where I question things around me, but again, like I know I've been through a lot of rough situations in my life, and again, like at that young age, I would never. Yeah, yeah. I've been in the house now for like I was in a new crib probably I was in a new crib probably like a week later. I wound up going like again, man. A couple years been crazy. Like I wound up going through a divorce, but before that, I actually had owned three houses and stuff like that. So the last house that I owned, I wound up signing that off as an agreement for the divorce. But the house that I had owned, now I mean like, so yeah, everything is wound up working out. I mean, and, again, just working to rebuild everything. Like I don't had a at one point I had about 30 snakes. Like only thing I have now left for the snakes is just the enclosures and stuff that they have. So I mean, so I'm trying to get back into that right there. But again, yeah, everything wound up working its way out. Um, I got the like some of my like the top floor of the house wound up burning down. So like a lot of stuff was like left in the kitchen, and they wound up tearing the house down. And like the demolition crew that wound up going to the house, I wound up going there, and I had like equipment still in there. And like it was crazy because we had just bought a tractor for the snow, I mean for the grass. And of course it am I, like of course, like like me not having reptiles is probably one of the most like strangest things ever. Like and for real, in 2018 when I like got back like into the hobby, like that's what kicked my drive right there to like the take on the extra jobs, and then me having the extra jobs is what got me to start the companies and stuff like that I started. Now I mean, because I didn't want to take away from my house. and caring for the reptiles and stuff like that. So like I definitely hoping to get into it soon. 'Cause I still have all the thermostats and the enclosures and stuff like that. And like I said, I was talking to Stanton, probably like 2 weeks ago, and he have two females and a male ball python for me that we gonna trade on. So like it's pretty much on me when I go ahead and pick it up. And then you got AJ Genetics from Canada. He got a bunch of ball pythons. Know what I mean, that he want to send over. So we wound up looking up the shipping from Canada to over here, and they only do the shipping at certain periods of times. And then I just emailed Keys from Keys Constrictor earlier today. So I sent him my number. So he said when you got to work here, give me a holler. So I'm definitely without a doubt, gonna get back into the into the hobby and stuff like that. That's without question. Like that's yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back into it, man. Definitely. I don't know about breeding the rodents anymore. Like that was probably one of the hardest things. Yeah, T Keys, man. T Keys is at like we actually from the same city in New Jersey. Like we from the like we went to the same high school and everything and stuff. So like I didn't know that until I wound up going on to because he a little bit older than I am. I didn't know that until I was on one of his live streams and he said something about where he was from. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I went to that same high school. I played football there, and I wrestled at the high school and stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And we've been, I don't really be on YouTube a lot, but when I do go on, hey, see, so you the one that's out of PA as well, right? Not too far from Uniontown, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, another thing, like when with me with getting my reptiles. Okay, you in Florida? Yeah, like with me getting my reptiles, I love getting like my all my reptiles pretty much came from everybody from the reptile community. I had a couple from Heather, from Mother Elvin ball pythons. Like the male that I got from her actually gave me my first clutch. The female I had got from Hill Jack. Know what I mean? So I paired those two. So again, like my whole collection. Okay. Yeah, my whole collection that I had, like all the snakes that I had from ball pythons, I got from from the reptile community of those that I had a lot from Genomic Labs. I had a bunch from Old Troy City Reptiles. I had about like five ball pythons from Heather, and a couple from Todd as well. So again, like I don't like going to the I don't go to no pet stores. Know what I mean, really, they like the ones around they overpriced. Um, I got a nice amount from a couple reptile shows, but every all the ball pythons, even retics that I had, is from the people that I met off of YouTube and stuff like that. And know what I mean, so again, man, I definitely be getting back into it soon. I ain't gonna look, man. This is the longest I've been on a live stream in a long time, man. Again, yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. And if you're on Instagram or whatever, man, I'll tap in with you. And see if you got anything that I mean, any hatchlings or whatever. And again, I appreciate the love. Much love to you and the family. I mean, hope is all is well with the wife. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the thumbs up, man. Much love and be cool.